The suitcase is locked. It looks a bit tattered, but you never know. There might still be something usable inside. A map. It looks about as tattered as the tank bag, but I guess that was to be expected. I can't make any use of it in this state. Without a front wheel, the motorcycle is resting on the ground. There's no way I can push it through the soft sand like this. I've fixed plenty of motorcycles before, but this is a bit different. A packing slip. Looks like someone ordered a load of truck alternators. Any hope of their delivery seems to have been well and truly shattered. A packing slip. I'll never be able to move the entire landslide, but I'll just dig near these scraps of packaging. Maybe the contents are still around here too. A fan blade from a truck's alternator. Looks like my digging has actually turned up something useful. A wise man once said, "If the boat will not come to the motorcycle will go to the boat." Yes, that might do the trick. I'll remove this engine and attach it to the boat. Off to work. A perfect fit. A fan blade as a makeshift propeller? Why not? Because the propeller needs to be submerged and therefore underneath the boat, that's why. I don't suppose there's a hydraulic lift nearby. A little acid from the battery should work wonders. What have we got here? This suit doesn't look too bad. And there's a digital camera here, too. I should make a habit of looting stranded suitcases. Look, I found you some nice dry clothes. Well, nice might be stretching it a bit, but at least they are dry.
The way you are fussing over me, you would make a great nun.
That's a bit of an overstatement. You'd better get changed. I won't look, I promise.
This is much better.
How are you doing?
I'm still feeling rather weak, but I'll be all right.
I had better get back to working on the rest of our problems.
Oh, I would really love to help you, but...
It's all right. You're already helping me by providing a way to move from one side of the beach to the other. Could you pull me up?
Sure, no problem.
If I need any more, I'll know where to find them. One is quite enough for the time being. A map of northern France. Now, if I could just figure out where I am, this could actually prove useful. The camera's optical and digital zoom functions are really handy. I can even read the place names from that signpost on the camera's display. Thanks to the digital zoom, I can even see the place names in this picture of the... The map shows the same towns I saw written on the signpost, including Gatineau, the place David Carell spoke of. It's a bit more than a stone's throw away, but easy enough to find. We just have to follow the Seine upstream. great idea. I can use that to lift the boat. I'll go get some more of those life vests. Now it looks like a hovercraft. A nearly perfect makeshift propeller. My training as a motorcycle mechanic has proved useful once again. It still looks quite sound. At least I can't see any holes in it. It looks ready to go. If the vicar has no objections, we can get moving now. How are you doing?
I'm still feeling right.
I think we have everything we need now. Our current location, a map to get us to our destination, a more or less intact boat, and dry clothes.
Yes, I think we can head for Gatineau now.
Let's hope we find the clues we're looking for there.
I certainly hope so too.
It's pretty dark in here. I can't see a thing, but at least I'm inside the temple, which means I'm closer to rescuing Sam. Let there be light. A hard hat with a lamp on is a pretty useful thing. I'll just pull the balloon over the hard hat's lamp. There are 3 rows of stone buttons here, 8 buttons per row. Looks like you can only push 1 button in each row. If you push a second button, the first one will pop back out again. Which button should I push in the top row? Which symbol should I choose in the second row? Now I have a piece of red plastic wrap. I should remove the balloon before I wrap the cling wrap around the hard hat's lamp. I'll just wrap the flag around the hard hat's lamp. There are 3 rows of stone buttons here. Which symbol should I choose in the second row? What should I choose in row 3? Done. This must be the back wall of that ugly face, which means I should be right behind Sam.
Sam?
Sam, can you hear me?
What? What was that? It came directly from that horrible face. But it sounded almost human. This cannot be. My mind is playing tricks on me. It just cannot be. Pull yourself together. It's only a figment of your imagination.
Psst, Max! The statue works like a megaphone. People can hear you for miles around. Your voice is extremely distorted, but the guard can still tell it's human. If this guy gets suspicious, we've got a problem. While we still have the element of surprise on our side, we should make good use of it. We should be able to take the guy on between us, right? I have no idea how Max managed to get through the temple's back door, but the fact that he's here now significantly improves my situation. But the guard is still armed, and his buddy must be hanging out here somewhere as well. We need to be extremely careful. I cannot skewer anything with this tube, and I don't think I can get at the bananas or oranges by applying suction. I'll try a raspberry instead. Raspberry obtained. Minimal damage, barely licked. Here, Max, I've got something for you.
I have no idea what these white berries are, so I had better not do that. Psst. Psst. I should leave. Oof. Even from here, that thing still stinks of carrion. And here come the flies. It looks mighty hungry. Let's see if the feast keeps it busy enough so I can catch it. I would never have dreamed that catching frogs was this easy.
I'll go ahead and stuff one of the little white berries into the raspberry, since it would be almost impossible the other way round. Taking good aim. Right on target. Tell me, hey, you! Will you look at me when I talk to you?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, of course I am talking to you. There is nobody else present, and this cage doesn't provide a whole lot of opportunity for going out, meeting people, and making new friends.
Huh? What?
Good question. A very good question indeed. Whatever is going on here? What do you think you're doing, dragging me from my tent in the middle of the night and locking me up in a cage? Okay, so it's a jungle out here, but that doesn't mean you have to exhibit manners that would make Ivan the Terrible blush.
Huh? What?
You already asked me that a few seconds ago. Do you have a very limited vocabulary? Are you extremely slow on the uptake? Or do you happen to suffer from short-term memory loss?
Huh? What?
All right. Next question. Is the dim-wittedness of the average guard inversely proportional to the budget for voice artists who synchronize minor characters? I don't assume you can answer that one either.
Huh? What?
Oh, please deliver me from this evil. Could you be persuaded to let me have some fruit from that bowl?
Like what, for example?
I would feel truly blessed if I were permitted to partake of one of those delectable raspberries. Do you think this humble request could possibly be fulfilled?
Huh? What?
Me can have raspberry?
No, but I can. What is that?
What is what?
I'm feeling funny. It is getting so bright. Everything is terribly bright. And the ground, it keeps coming closer. The face, it moved. Really, I saw it move. Oh, what is going on with me?
Now he's about ready for some truly grand visions. Ah, sweet revenge.
Now, where should I put these? In the nose? Yes, the nose is good.
What is that? It's spitting fire through its nostrils! No! Leave! I need to leave here. I'm going crazy. It'll rip me to shreds. No, this is impossible. The thing is made of stone, so how can it possibly emit sparks from its nose? I simply mustn't look. If I keep looking straight ahead, the thing won't be able to harm me. Oh, please let it be so.
Oh, the guy was so close to smashing into the nearest tree in a panic. Just a little more and I've got him. Psst.
Here, Max. I've got something for you.
Lights, music, and action.
Max, I could kiss you!
You mean here and now?
Well, maybe we had better make our escape first, before the guard recovers from his panic attack or his comrade returns.
More empty promises.
Yes, it's scandalous. Will you let me out anyway?
If I must.
Before you have second thoughts and lock me back up, let's get out of here.
Wait, I think the guard dropped something.
What is that?
I don't know. It sure looks strange. There's a second door in the temple chamber. I couldn't get it open. There's a depression in the wall right next to it. Maybe this will fit in there.
You want to go back into the temple?
I'm not sure, but I would really like to know just what is going on here. After all, whoever those people are, there must be some reason why they tried to put a stop to your excavation, and why they decided to kidnap you when their tactics failed.
That's all very well, but do you realize that there are at least 2 more armed guards on the loose here?
Sure, but they don't know I'm still around.
Yes, the key word being still. Max, we need to get away.
I guess you're right, but how?
They must have found my hydroplane by now and put it out of action.
Great. Now what?
Don't ask me.
Look, you know your way around here, don't you? And you know which authorities we need to contact on the mainland.
Yes, I do, but...
Well, this is my first time here. I don't know anybody, and I don't even speak the language. So, you make your way to the coast and try to get the attention of a passing ship. Then go straight to the police and get help. Not just a couple of unarmed cops, mind you. An army would be preferable. I'll wait here and check out the surroundings.
But what if the guards come back?
Then I'll hide and wait for you to get back. Can't be all that hard to lie low in the jungle. I'm sure even I can do it.
I do not like this. Not one bit.
Have you got a better idea? Other than arguing until those guys come back and use us for target practice?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, get a move on. I haven't had any breakfast yet.
All right then, but promise me you will be careful and hide as soon as you sense danger.
I will. Now go. The key might actually fit. I wonder what's beyond. It must be something big, or those Puritas Cordis people wouldn't have gone to such lengths trying to scare Sam away from here. Here I go. Oh no! What are they planning to blow up with that huge thing? The whole island?
What happened here? Where's the prisoner? And where did my comrade go? I'd better inform headquarters. 070 HQ, please come in. Things are not going smoothly. The captured scientist has disappeared along with her guard. There must be more saboteurs around, I'm afraid. Are you sure? All right, give me 2 minutes to warn our guys, then you can start the triggering sequence.
The bomb! They triggered it remotely! I've got to get out of here!
Kill him or take him along.
Take him. We can always off him later.
Are you sure this is the right place?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, great. How are we ever going to find anything here? I mean, anything other than rocks and rubble.
Good question. But we simply must keep our faith that we can succeed.
Where do we find that kind of faith? Well, in your case, I guess it's obvious. But quite honestly, I'm a little low on faith right now.
So you are simply going to give up and submit to your fate?
You're right. After all, there will still be plenty of time to sit back and enjoy the disasters once they're upon us.
Let's have another look at what Sister Elise wrote. Maybe we can find a clue. It says, all those years, the key lay well hidden within the ruins of Gatineau, and the saint who showed me the way appeared to me in a dream every night.
The saint?
Don't ask me. I don't know a whole lot more than you do. Here's what we'll do. I will go over the letter again in detail. Maybe something was mistranslated or we overlooked a clue. In the meantime, you keep your eyes peeled for anything that might be even remotely connected to a saint.
I wonder which of the two straws we're clutching at is the most pathetic.
What about a little faith? What you believe is not all that important, but complete lack of faith won't get you far in life.
Yes, I know. Hope springs eternal. I'd better start looking for our mysterious saint then. If you hit upon a trail that seems a bit warmer, please deliver me from my quest.
I will do that, I promise. Oh, I almost forgot. There was a strange drawing enclosed with Elise's letter. No idea what it's supposed to be, but maybe it will help you in your search.
Hello, what are you doing here?
Well, I was about to ask you the same thing. You are in a restricted area, you know.
Really? I didn't see any barriers.
Well, the barrier is sort of invisible. This property belongs to Latsada Construction, and trespassing is prohibited.
An invisible barrier. Is it patrolled by invisible guards, too?
Quite right. Actually, I don't really care, as long as you don't get in my way.
I wasn't planning to. Have you seen a saint around here? Or anything that might somehow be connected to a saint? No silly jokes, please. I'm serious about this.
Okay, no jokes, but no saints either.
Is this pile of rubble really all that's left of Gatineau?
As far as I know, yes.
What are you doing here exactly?
I am surveying the land.
I can see that, but what for?
They're building a theme park, and the ruins of Gatineau are supposed to become part of the park.
A walk-in tourist attraction?
Precisely. And my job is to determine the paths along which hordes of tourists may wander without creating a hazard.
For the visitors or for the ruins?
Both. After all, 100 people crashing through the floor of a historic town would be rather unfortunate for the people, as well as the town.
Seems reasonable, but isn't there a risk that you might destroy something valuable here yourself?
No, the archaeologists have already finished. Otherwise, I would not be allowed to walk around here. And you shouldn't be allowed here anyway.
Just pretend I'm not here. What did the archaeologists find here? Anything exciting?
I don't know. They had already left when I got here.
Too bad. So there's nothing here now but rocks?
Did you have anything in particular in mind? Maybe I can help you.
In what way?
Well, the archaeologists might have overlooked something.
You mean you found something before?
Who knows?
That's robbery, an outright crime against science. My ex-boyfriend would take you to court for that.
But he is not here, is he? And since I am willing to turn a blind eye to your being in a restricted area...
I get it. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Exactly. If you should happen to come across something that might have historical value...
I'll bear that in mind. I'll leave you to your work, then.
Okay.
A sign is screwed in place quite firmly. That way leads back to the river, and the boat brought us here. But my first priority is finding the hiding place of Elise's great secret. I'll just take one of these fortune cookies. Ugh. Why must these cookies always taste so awful? I guess that's the price you pay for the benefit of one of those incredibly precious and precise messages hidden inside. This one says, "If the crane flies upside down at 7:30, fate will smile on the bearded." I'll just take one of these fortune cookies. One less awful cookie, one more meaningful message. It says, "When the siren sounds as the day's labor begins, note the path of the hungry, even if the deceptive thirst springs from above." I'll just take one of these fortune cookies. One less awful cookie, one more meaningful message. It says, "If you ignore the warning and disregard your neighbor's misfortune, disaster will strike you also." I can't get it open. The flap is screwed shut. It's locked and secured with heavy padlocks, too. Looks like someone really wanted to make sure it would be safe. It's locked. This pocket knife is really unique. I hope I don't lose it. The sign can be turned, but what way should I turn? Oh, a statue. I wonder who it's supposed to be.
Oh, here you are.
Yes.
What is this statue?
No idea. I was hoping you could tell me.
There is a plaque on the statue.
Well?
The inscription is quite weathered. It appears to be a statue of Saint something. His name is barely discernible.
Saint?
Yes.
Our saint? The one Elise mentioned in her letter?
Yes, possibly.
I didn't think he'd be this easy to find. So now what?
Now I will try to decipher the inscription.
While I take yet another look around for more clues?
Exactly.
I feared as much. Did you discover any more clues in Sister Elise's letter?
Alas, no. I went through the trouble of retranslating everything, but there was nothing that caught my eye.
Can I have the new translation?
Certainly. At least we know now what to do. I decipher, you go on looking. Who knows? Maybe this inscription isn't the clue we're looking for after all.
What else then?
No idea.
Okay, I'll keep looking. This is very likely the statue Sister Elise mentioned, which means that this statue shows the way to the hiding place. Now, I only need to figure out what that means. Yeah, right. Only. Oh well. Where there's a will, there's a way. And where wood is chopped, splinters must fall. Time to hunt for the next clue. A spirit level with a built-in laser pointer. Goodness knows what it's used for. I should hear what the information board has to say before I remove the batteries. After all, it might be of some help. I'll just push one of these buttons.
Dear visitor, welcome to the Gatineau excavation site. We would like to give you a brief overview of the eventful and mysterious history of the medieval town of Gatineau. Please select one of the following options. In the late 7th century, Benedictine monks built an abbey on this spot in memory of the late Archbishop Austrebert of Rouen. In just a few years, the abbey blossomed into a thriving town that gained particular importance due to its location along the trade route from Rouen to Paris. In the early hours of April 5, 1658, a devastating inferno raged in the streets of the small town. More than half of its population, caught asleep in bed, succumbed to the flames. Nearly all of the buildings were burned to the ground. For reasons that remain a mystery to this very day, the town's restoration was never even attempted. The few who survived fled to neighboring villages and towns in a panic. In a single night, a prospering town was transformed into a charred patch of earth that would not be built upon for centuries to come. When the construction work for a new theme park began in early 2002, the surveyors unexpectedly came across the remains of a long-forgotten town. Large sections of Gatineau have been uncovered over the past few years. The ruins and certain reconstructed buildings will be open to the public as part of the new theme park. A small museum is planned as well.
Why should I change the batteries when the old ones are still working? I borrowed some dirt and filled the pouch with it. I hope Mr. Mole will forgive me. Why would I do that? Artistically wrap a sheet of aluminum foil around a paper cup and you will get a paper cup wrapped in aluminum foil. Fascinating. If you ask me, there are way too many signposts on French construction sites. If you ask me, there are way too many signposts on French construction sites. Why should I just give my nice aluminum cup away? Can I bother you again?
I strongly suspect that it is well within your power. Yes.
So, you're hoping to stumble upon a few historic relics?
Of course. Everyone must fend for himself, you know. And a surveyor's wages are not much to live on.
What are you looking for exactly?
Anything that could be valuable. Silverware, ceramic jugs, coins, anything at all.
But with all this rubble lying about, how would you even get to it?
Don't worry, my car's loaded with heavy-duty equipment. I could pull a whole house down, so never mind a bit of rubble.
Oh, okay. Is that your vehicle parked back there?
Yes? Why?
Oh, just wondering.
Ah,
I'll leave you to your work then.
okay.
Have you discovered anything?
I'm working on it.
How long can it take to decipher such a teensy plaque?
With your constant interruptions? Probably forever.
Fine, I'll leave you alone.
Thank you.
Ashford, England, Anno Domini 16. And the may the.
This sketch was part of Sister Elise's letter. Good thinking. With a little luck, if I rest the laser pointer on the statue's arm, I should be able to discover where exactly it is pointing. The sign. Let's turn it a little further to the left. Let's turn it a little further to the left. Let's turn it a little further to the left. Now the sign is lined up with the statue's arm. Right, the laser pointer should be pointing in exactly the same direction as the statue's arm now. Let's see where it leads. Good morning. What a beautiful day.
What? Oh, hello.
I guess it got a little late last night,
Excuse me, I must have fallen asleep.
It would seem so, yes.
Are you with a construction company?
Me? No, why?
I was just hoping that this misery here might come to an end. What can I do for you?
I don't mean to criticize your business scheme, but is it really worthwhile running a snack stand here?
No.
This may seem like a totally superfluous question, but why are you here then?
Well, a few months ago, they decided to build a new theme park here. So I pulled some strings and negotiated an exclusive contract. I was supposed to cater for the workers on site, with no competition at all. Sounded like the deal of a lifetime.
What's the catch?
Do you see any working masses around here?
Well, to speak of masses would be overstating it slightly.
Yes, slightly.
What happened?
They discovered some kind of rare plant species and had to stop all construction. Now they are trying to figure out how to proceed. But that may take some time. A long time.
Then why are you still here?
Because my contract says that I am obliged to cater for every worker on this site. or at least provide the option. Therefore, I need to stay here for as long as the Honorable Surveyor is still around, or I will be fined for breach of contract.
You have to stand around here all day just for one worker? But that's crazy.
That's what they call contract law.
What's on the menu today?
Nothing.
Nothing? But this is a snack stand. Or maybe not? Maybe it's just a decoy hiding the base of some secret society?
Very funny. There's only one single worker here, and he brings his own food from home. So why bother to heat the grill? Nobody will buy anything.
Okay, you've convinced me. I don't really like Chinese food anyway.
That's not what you would be getting. All right, there is nothing to be had right now. But if there were something, it wouldn't be Chinese food. Just regular snack stand grub.
Are we really talking about what I would be getting if there were anything to be had?
Looks like it.
All right, let's change the subject. Let me get this straight. You have to stand around here all day long just for one single worker.
Yes, I come here early in the morning and hang around until that posh Mr. Surveyor climbs into his van in the late afternoon and calls it a day.
You have my sympathy.
Thank you.
I will let you get back to Dreamland then. The slip of paper, if you ignore the... Excuse me!
What? What?
Sorry to disturb you, but is there any way of putting this fantastic message back inside a fortune cookie?
Of course. All you need to do is bake a new cookie.
Would you do that for me?
Oh well, it's not like I've got anything better to do.
Thank you so much. I brought you a freshly baked fortune cookie.
Oh, how nice of you. That doesn't sound good at all.
Is everything okay?
I'm not too sure. My horoscope promised me a carefree day, but I guess I should take note of the advice in my fortune cookie. Otherwise, I could be headed for disaster.
The message from the fortune cookie really seems to have unnerved him. Can I bother you again? I don't mean to nag, but if I were you, I'd be really worried about my car.
You would?
Definitely. The rock slide warning sign, the somewhat battered vehicle next to yours, not to mention the warning in your fortune cookie.
If you ignore the warning and disregard your neighbor's misfortune, disaster will strike you also.
Exactly. The warning is the sign. And don't you think your neighbor's misfortune could mean the boulder on top of the car next to yours?
You are quite right.
Well, you are right about that.
I had better move my car.
Good idea. As far away as possible, I would say. Well, is it safe now?
Yes, I hope so. Thank you so much for saving me from imminent disaster.
You're welcome. I'm famous for my totally unselfish helpfulness, you know. Boo!
What? Oh, did I fall asleep again?
Looks like it.
I am sorry. What can I do for you?
Didn't you tell me you need to wait here until the surveyor goes home for the day?
Yes, but that may be a while yet.
I don't know. Can you see his car anywhere?
Oh, so he already left for today? I thought. It's so early.
Why would you care?
Yes, indeed. Why shouldn't I be lucky for once and simply enjoy my luck? Please excuse me. I've got to go.
It's amazing. No matter how sluggish people are, the minute their working day ends, they suddenly move as fast as lightning. Not that I care. Just as long as the snack stand is no longer in the way and the laser beam... but the laser beam, where did it go? Good idea. Maybe the batteries are dead. I've had that problem with my camera. Right, the laser pointer should be pointing in I have an idea. Let's see if it works. I'm sure I could use this to reflect the laser beam, but then I would have to stand here all day. An excellent assignment for an intern, not for someone who's busy saving the world. Take it down. What am I supposed to do? It prohibits parking for anyone but... I could tug at this hook, and the crane would topple over, and that would knock down the The laser beam is pointing towards the ruins. Off I go then. The laser beam is pointing at that heap of rubble. Now what? Have the batteries gone dead again? Never mind. I know where I need to look now. There it lies, buried under rocks. Can I bother you again? Would you be interested in something like a silver goblet?
Yes, sure. Did you find something?
I'm not sure. Over there, under that pile of rubble.
Where? Where exactly? Take me there. Yes, indeed. There is something sparkling down there. Let me just get my equipment from the car and start moving this rubble. I'll be right back. There, that did it. I don't know much about this historical stuff, but I'll just take this goblet to an expert I know.
What about me?
What about you?
Am I not getting a reward?
Sure. As soon as I sell this, I'll give you, shall we say, 20%?
50.
30?
40.
35.
okay.
Fine. Wait here. I'll be back soon.
At least the grave robbers of the past had a certain amount of expertise. On the other hand, there are so many incompetent people in so many professions. Why should grave robbers be any different? At least now I have access to the wall where the laser beam was pointing. I'll try pulling it, or maybe pushing it, or maybe I need to turn it. The laser beam pointed straight to this room. That leads me to hope that Sister Elise's hidden key is here somewhere. Time to begin searching for it. 3 stone discs and a set of buttons. It's obviously some kind of mechanism. I wonder why the discs all have different colors. Do I have to align the holes in a certain position? Maybe they need to overlap. And what about these numbers? Are they important? If so, how? I did it! Now that the holes are all overlapping, a small niche has been uncovered. There are buttons recessed into the wooden board, and a single indentation on the left. Could this be some kind of mechanism to reveal the hiding place that Elise mentioned? But why are the buttons locked in place? I can't press them. Am I still missing something to raise them from the board? The ring fits perfectly, and the buttons have been raised from their fittings. That just leaves the question of what I'm supposed to do with all these buttons.
Obviously, your mind is on more frivolous things. We're not here for the booze. While you are indulging in old vintages, I have managed to decipher the plaque.
Well, any clues?
Yes, but they aren't terribly conclusive.
I'm listening.
Actually, all it says is that the statue depicts Saint Astrobert of Rouen.
The Archbishop, in whose honor the town of Gatineau was founded?
That's right. How did you know?
That kind of thing is common knowledge.
You have me impressed.
Thanks. Didn't it say anything else?
No, it doesn't really help us, does it?
Who knows? I'll keep it in mind. I will keep trying. I'll put the sketch down here. It sounded like the mechanism was reset. sounded like the mech. Could you give me a hand?
Sure. What is it?
Did it really say nothing else on the plaque besides the name?
No, only that the statue depicts Saint Ostrobert of Rouen.
Ostrobert. That's not much to go on, is it?
Who knows? This information might eventually come in useful in some way.
I will keep trying. A letter? And some scraps of leather full of holes? That's all?
Let us have a closer look at the letter before we voice our disappointment. It must contain something really important. It is addressed to Cardinal Coubertin in Paris, evidently written by a certain Bernard.
Just read it out loud, will you?
To His Most Exalted Eminence, Cardinal Coubertin, I am much relieved to hear that you received my encoded letter in Paris. You will understand my circumspection once you have decoded the letter in its entirety. For in the wrong hands, this account could easily corrupt the faith of those whose hearts harbor even the slightest of doubts. After reading only a few lines, you will come to realize how quickly this will shake the foundations of our very society and lead to utter chaos, such as has never been seen before. Thus, to be on the safe side, I will not send our usual messenger to bring you this letter and the enclosed templates, but our beloved sister Elise. I urgently implore you to keep this letter and the templates safe in your secret archives at your estate. As you know, Zandona's influence is immense, and we shall need any proof of his sacrilege in order to have him tried by the Inquisition. This template is the key that will allow you to decode the plans of Zandona and his Puritas Cordis sect, which divine providence itself has seen fit to place into my hands. Place the templates on the parchments which the messenger brought you 10 days ago, and you will realize the full extent of the disaster that is upon us. In his blind, boundless ravings, he has spelt doom for Gatineau and predicted the downfall of the town in the eternal flames of perdition. And you know what that means. An entire town. He wants to erase the whole town, for he believes himself to be both judge and executioner in the name of our Almighty Lord. And that is only the beginning. My previous letter will reveal to you the horrors that we face. All those terrible plans of Zandona and his congregation, Puritas Cordis, that he assembled in the name of God in order to spread his outrageous teachings as the word of our Lord Almighty himself. I hope that my knowledge will prompt you to take appropriate steps in order to prevent the worst from happening. I write these lines in utmost concern for my own life, but with certainty that I made the right decision. May the Lord grant our beloved sister the strength to deliver this message unscathed and in good time. May God protect us and be with us in these times of tribulation. I remain your humble servant, Bernard.
Okay, let me just get this straight. Zandona and Puritas Cordis burned Gatineau to the ground.
Sure looks like it.
Why? I mean, what was the point?
He probably wanted to make an example of them. A warning to all those who fail to heed his words.
So he just invented a load of prophecies and then saw to it that they all came true?
That's what it looks like.
And Bernard, together with Cardinal Coubertin, tried to stop Zandona and his Puritas Cordis sect.
Yes, evidently. But since Elise never arrived in Paris, and the Cardinal therefore never receives the proof against Zandona.
Okay, so far so bad. But all of this happened more than 350 years ago. What does any of this have to do with the here and now?
I assume that either the Puritas Cordis sect secretly continued to exist through all those centuries, and for some reason have now resumed its activities, or it was founded anew.
Whatever. What's all that got to do with our situation now? And the flood wave? Not to mention the forthcoming apocalypse that Elise was hinting at.
I assume that back then they managed to put an end to Zandona's doings after all, and prevent the apocalypse.
I guess so. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly. And the modern Puritas Cordis might actually want to do something about that.
You mean they'll pick up where Zandona left off years ago and try...
And try to pull it off this time. Right.
Oh. And the end. What will it be like?
I assume that the answer to this question can be found in Paris.
With Coubertin?
Yes.
And you really think that Zandona's plans, the ones Brother Bernard sent to Paris, might still exist? In those secret archives that Bernard mentioned?
Why not?
So, using that information and the templates we found here, we might actually be able to anticipate the next moves of Puritas Cordis?
And take some measures to block them.
Okay. What are we waiting for?
To Paris?
Sure. The question is, where exactly do we go looking for these documents? Paris is a big city.
But Bernard wrote that the hiding place is at the Cardinal's estate. And how hard can it be to find that?
Right. So let's go.
Oh, I see you are awake now.
Where am I?
Do not worry. You are quite safe.
Safe? What makes me safe? These bars? Am I safe from you?
Your questions will have to wait, I'm afraid. There are a few things we would like to know first. My employee found a photograph on you. It so happens that he worked as a barkeeper on the very ship this young lady was traveling on. Who is she?
That's none of your business. Now let me out of here.
Now, keep calm. I think you fail to appreciate your position. You see, my employee is armed. You, on the other hand, are not. And one more thing. My employee will not hesitate to shoot you down if you keep trying our patience. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, you certainly do.
Good. We mean you no harm. On the contrary, we want to help you. But but we shall expect a little help from you in return. So, who is the lady in this picture?
My ex-girlfriend.
Name?
Nina Kalenkov. What do you want to know? What is this all about, anyway?
Now, who is asking the questions here? Well, it would appear that your ex-girlfriend has a certain problem, just like you. She fails to understand who makes the rules in this game. We would like to know where she is at the moment and what she is planning to do next.
Nina? How should I know?
You still don't get it, do you? All right. One more time. Either you tell us what we want to know, or else...
Or else what?
Or else we will have to proceed without your help. But that would be painful, both for you and for your ex-girlfriend. So, you see, the choice is yours. I have a few important things to take care of that cannot possibly wait, but I will be back soon, and it would really be too bad if you still haven't made up your mind to cooperate by then. Too bad for you and for Ms. Kalenkov.
This is supposed to be the incredibly secret archive of Cardinal Coubertin that we've been looking for.
We must be on the right track. We're going to find this archive. We simply must not fail.
Hello? Are you listening to me?
Yes, of course.
Well, we're not going to find much here, are we?
I am sure this is the right spot. It has got to be.
You can see that there's nothing left here but a couple of foundation walls, right?
Yes, but this place corresponds to the description. Therefore, it must.
So what do we do now?
If I only knew. Maybe we can find some old blueprints or historical documents which might give us a clue.
Old blueprints? For ancient ruins?
Have you got a better idea?
No, I guess not.
At least we must try it. There's no alternative, is there? Are you coming?
Thanks, but I'd rather stay here and take another look around. I don't know what I'm looking for, but it's better than helplessly staring over your shoulder while you study Latin texts.
Yes, you're probably right. I don't see for the life of me what we could possibly have overlooked here. But better be on the safe side.
Shall we meet here, then?
All right. Wish me luck. We need it more than ever.
I do. I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thanks. And the same to you. Maybe you'll actually find something. Who knows? See you later.
All right. I will have a closer look at these ruins, then.